Hello everybody, it's Daniel here, bringing you a Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentary once again. And I've got something I want to talk about for this one, and it's something that I don't think we really admit, but we all kind of quietly acknowledge. And it's something that's an interesting case for Team Fortress 2 amongst FPSs, and that's Team Deathmatch. Team Fortress 2 doesn't really have a Team Deathmatch mode, and I guess the unofficial Team Deathmatch that we've got is genuinely Capture the Flag. And this is just really comes down to how most people actually play the likes of Two Fort and Double Cross. Surprisingly, in this game here, like, these are some of the fastest games of Capture the Flag I ever had. Like, no more of these rounds last like over 2 minutes, which is insane. Because normally Capture the Flag, you've seen it on some of those 24/7 Two Fort servers, where the timer, you just stare at it and it's like, yeah, it's gonna be 1,870 minutes until the round ends, and you just think it's like, oh god. The briefcase has been captured 50 times already to, like, the other team's 39. Like, it's kind of ridiculous, and it's just kind of acknowledged that this is the Team Deathmatch mode of Team Fortress 2. But interestingly, we don't really have any official support for this, and I think TF2, like, it genuinely stands out amongst games. Like, if you even look at some other games, like frickin' Shadow the Hedgehog, that has a Team Deathmatch mode. Frickin' Shadow the Hedgehog, and Team Fortress 2 doesn't. And let me tell you, that's a bad game. Dear God. Most FPSs these days just seem to adopt this game mode, but Team Fortress 2 is always kind of just shied away from it. And again, Capture the Flag mode is kind of like our unofficial mode of it. Special Delivery kind of embraced it a bit more, just given the kind of chaotic nature of it, where it's quite honestly just a combat arena and you're just forced to fight each other and kill each other horrifically. More so than your standard arena. So I guess the question we've got to ask is, why hasn't this been implemented into the game on Valve's part? And I think the answer to this is actually fairly simple. And it's just placing emphasis on the team part of Team Fortress 2. So something I always notice with my own Call of Duty experience, I used to play the original Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 an awful lot back in the day. Something I always notice in the Team Deathmatch modes for those is you really don't have to work in a team for them to actually do well. Because those games place an awful lot of emphasis essentially on KD. Because your kill-death ratio is all you have in Team Deathmatch. It's all that's defining your contribution to the team as a player. If you look at Team Fortress 2, an example, sure, you may be an amazing sniper and kill the entire enemy team like 3 times over. But someone's still got to push that cart if you want to win. And it's this part of Team Fortress 2 which I just really like. It's this because it does encourage team play. It's why I like watching actually competitive matches of Team Fortress 2. Genuinely quite interesting, because you do have to coordinate a remarkable amount, and you have to get the right kind of class diversity and everything. Again, if you compare that to other FPS games, you can kind of just pick your own thing and you get away with it. And I guess that we can kind of see this other FPS logic implemented, well, sneaking its way into Team Fortress 2 in the age-old problem we've got of too many snipers and too many spies. Because those are essentially the individual classes we have for Team Fortress 2. They don't really require much coordination on anyone else's part. You just do your own thing, you are your own agent. And so everyone picks them all the time, and it's frustrating as hell, because you may have 3 snipers and no medic on your team. I should of course say that it is indeed possible to be a sniper or a spy and be really coordinate with your team and not just acting as your own individual agent. Like, of course they're great contributions. They're essentially the game's assassins. And they're fantastic, because they take out the enemy before they even get to you. Tragically though, of all the classes, it is these two that are most likely to adopt the Team Deathmatch mentality and just kind of go off and do their own thing and help that way. So Team Fortress 2 is really just defined in that sense, because it's always been an objective-based game. And I feel that when it comes to Highlander then, in the competitive scene, that's why it's so tense. Because Highlander more often than not doesn't actually come down to just pushing the cart. It comes down to if you can kill their entire team and get the cart forward before they all respawn. That's what it kind of boils down to. So Team Deathmatch doesn't really seem to need its own style of game mode, because it is embraced almost in every single game mode that Team Fortress 2 has with a given objective. And yet strangely, it's when this Team Deathmatch element of Team Fortress 2 is truly emphasized as the means of achieving the objective, that matches become really tense and really interesting and engaging. So it seems really strange that Valve actually hasn't implemented this as an official game mode when it is the contributing factor to a lot of tense matches. Now, a lot of people have, of course, achieved a Team Deathmatch as its essentially semi-official game mode in the form, of course, of the infamous 2-fort servers, and a couple of server mods as well. My favourite ones I've actually seen for that is King of the Hill maps, where essentially you can't cap the point. It constantly says that, yeah, it'll be ready for capture in 5 seconds, and it just doesn't progress, so essentially Team Deathmatch there. Despite this though, I do understand why there actually isn't an official Team Deathmatch mode in Team Fortress 2, as it's in the very title. The team mentality of this is emphasized above all else. It's not supposed to be the actions of a single individual that carries your team, but rather the coordination of the whole. And this is why you can kind of do almost semi-well if you just play medic, but you're not that great at him, because you're still helping bind the team together. It's one of my reasons for loving Engineer as well. Now, of course, there is still many matches where it comes down to the actions of just one individual carrying the entire team, by which I mean if you've got Star with a market gardener in the team, you're nearly guaranteed success. But for the most part, it does come down to the team, and if it was just an official Team Deathmatch, you probably wouldn't need that. That's honestly my opinion on it. So I guess this has been more of a discussion than anything, and a really cheesy YouTube commentator thing to say at the end of this would be, what do you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe, and give me all your YouTube money. Oh, Jesus, spare us. Seriously though, what do you guys think about Team Deathmatch? Should we have it? Do we not need it? This is my opinion on it, and it's rare to actually have capture the flag matches that go that fast, so I thought I'd make a commentary. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.